Hi, my name is Lori Stancil. I am an international speaker, a published author, a pastor, a content creator, and an expert life strategist. And I'm going to spend a few minutes just sharing my heart with you concerning my upcoming virtual masterclass called Living Life 2.0. I'm so excited about this class. I'm so excited because it's going to be uniquely different from what I've ever offered before. I'm going to be sharing from my personal experiences in life, the things that I did well and the things that I did not do well. And when you walk away from this 8-week session with me, you're going to have the tools and the empowerment to be inspired to live your best life. We're going to be tackling 4 areas in which you can master your life. And there's so many areas, but in 8 weeks, we only have time to cover 4. The first area that I'd like to talk about today, just briefly with you, is the area of flourishing in our relationships. What does it mean to flourish? What it means to have a vigorous and healthy growth in your life through pursuing an authentic life that brings happiness through meaningful success. And so how do we do that? One of the ways we do that is in the relationships that we have. So often people go through life and they're hurt and they're wounded and they're rejected for various reasons. And it drives them to want to be alone. And that's just a way of protecting themselves. You say to yourself, oftentimes you make these inner vows and you say, I will never allow anyone to hurt me like that again. I will never make myself vulnerable in that way again. And so by doing that, I protect myself from being hurt. But the problem with building up walls is that while it protects you, it also isolates you and it keeps other people from getting in, the right people from getting in. And so in order to have a flourishing life, relationships are so very important. And specifically core relationships, those relationships that bring a deep, deep satisfaction and impact the course and trajectory of your life and your purpose. Those relationships are vital to have. As I often say, and I've heard this quote from my mentor, you cannot know yourself by yourself. And so community is really important. And in my 8-week virtual masterclass, I'm going to share with you my heart and how I build relationships. I've been blessed over the years to have made some wonderful friends. I've also made some very bad mistakes in relationships as well, but I learned from those as well. Some of them God redeemed and some of them God moved me on from. But I want to share practically how to build a core relationship, how to not only build it, but how to sustain it and maintain it, how to measure if a relationship is healthy. How do you know that? There are signs and there are fruits that a relationship will produce in your life that will be an indication of whether or not it is successful. And likewise, how are you with other people? Are you adding value to their life? Because see, what you bring to someone else is what you're going to receive from others. We only reap what we sow. Also, I want to talk about the importance of learning how to adjust and change in relationships because we are all changing, whether positively or negatively, we're all changing. And so what may have been a core relationship may have to become something else. And that doesn't mean that you're a failure per se or that something went wrong. It just means that things are shifting. How do you shift and adjust? How do you know when to shift? How do you know when to let go? How do you know when to dig in and hold on tight? I'm also going to talk to you the benefits of having relationships, that you know that there are physical benefits for having healthy relationships. For example, research has shown that those individuals that are in strong, healthy marriages, they are less likely to suffer from cardiovascular disease. They're less likely to have a heart attack. They're less likely to die of a broken heart. Having a healthy relationship also helps you to alleviate harmful stress. Now, there is stress that we all deal with on some level, and it drives us forward in some ways. But there's harmful stress, or there is a point where your stress load becomes harmful. And having healthy relationships helps you to balance that. Another really important aspect of having healthy relationships is the fact that it helps your brain to function. It helps you to think clearly. It helps you to see yourself in the right perspective. It helps you to have an objective point of view of your life, because other people can tell you about yourself in ways that you can't tell yourself. So in other words, they can see traits and qualities in you that you may have overlooked or ignored because they're just normal things that you do and say. Also, in relationships, you can build healthy community to heal. There have been so many times in my life where I have been having a casual conversation with a friend, and they've said something so impactful that it opened the door for me to be healed. Literally opened the door. And I know that it had not been for that relationship or that conversation, that door would not have been open, or I wouldn't have recognized it to have been an open door. Because again, when we are consumed with our hurts and pains, we tend to isolate. And the relationships draw us out of that isolation and brings us into a place where we can walk on that road of healing. Also, being in relationships, you're able to learn more about yourself. You're able to learn really how you are perceived by others, not in a sense of caring how people think about you or valuing someone's opinion more than you should, but to have a realistic view of yourself. And finally, I'm going to show you in our time together how to build laterally, how to build back, and how to build out. Now, does that make sense right now? No, but it will. I'll give you a little hint before I end. I was talking to my grandfather years ago before he passed away, and it was a season in his life where a lot of his friends, his peers, were dying. And he made a statement to me. He said, "Lori, all of my friends are leaving." And when he said it, he sounded so sad. And I remember walking away from that conversation and thinking, there's something to having peers in your life. There's something to being able to look forward to fellowshipping with those that you love. But there is an inevitable journey that we're all going to be on, and it's that journey of death and dying and leaving this world. And so how do you function when your friends are leaving and dying? Well, you have to have a circle of friends, not just your age and not just on your level, but you have to have friends younger than you. You have to have friends older than you. You have to have friends on your level, so that as you move through life, your relationships are moving with you and you never find yourself in a place where you feel alone, where you feel out of place, where you no longer have relevance in the community. Because again, community is very important. So please consider joining my masterclass. Signups are open right now. It is going to be a virtual 8-week masterclass. We're going to meet every Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time at 7:00 p.m. for about an hour. And it's going to start on March 3rd and it's going to end on April 21st. Don't wait. Join me. Join this session. It will change your life. It won't change your circumstances, but it'll change you. And if you can change, then you can master your life. And once you master your life, then life stops happening to you and it starts happening for you. I look forward to seeing you. God bless you. Bye-bye.